and welcome back to Life Cues. And can I say how excited I am to have found my charger for my camera? I love my Canon camera so much, and it is just so much easier to do art with two hands instead of one, except I'm wounded. I slammed my hand in this drawer, and this is like a puncture cut. It's the weirdest thing, but anyway, I'll live. So today, one of my most fun ways of doing art is by just going to create a background. It's just by going through your trash. And I have this really cool, it's so beaten up, but I love it. It sits on my desk. It's weighted. It has two full staple refills inside here so that it weights on the top like this. And then I can just shove papers in there. Linda Lapotka made this for me years ago. I love it. So I'm going to just go in here and see what I've got. I don't want a wet wipe because it's too wet. Especially that one is too wet. So I've got some papers. Trying to find different kinds of textures that I could use. It is the coolest background ever. Stay with me. Bear with me, you guys. Some of them are too thick. I don't want anything really thick. So I'm just going to get some Mod Podge or gel medium or something, and I'll start gluing this on the page. I think I'm going to use Mod Podge because it's less inexpensive, and for what I'm doing right now, it doesn't have to have any kind of effect because we will be putting gesso over top of it. So let me just find a paint rag. Here we go. I've got a pile of them neatly under my desk here. There, right here. I'll put it on my lap and I'll go. So while I'm doing this, of course, I'm going to talk to you. What does this say? If I had to do it all over again, I would. That's kind of cool. Maybe I'll just leave that and not cover it up. That is really a neat one, isn't it? Why would that be in the garbage? Oh well. So what you simply do is just go like that. Even the string, whatever is in your garbage. One of the best things is your purse because the receipts are amazing because they have that kind of tissue-like, I'll put this over here, texture. And talk about upcycling, hey? So while I'm doing this, as you know, I will talk about my prompt for this week. So you guys know, I'm sure, if you haven't had this situation in your life, at some point you will, and if you don't, I'm very happy that you won't. Oh, there's some leaf from that banner. Well, that's what that rope is from. Yes. You've made a beautiful dinner or having a party or a birthday party or a family celebration or what have you. And you've invited family over or friends or people close to you to celebrate with you. And the reason I turned that over because it has somebody's address on it. So I don't want to, put their address out here. And you've done everything. You've called people, even the people that are kind of distant in your family, and you're hoping they'll show. And yeah, and so you have your little party. And they don't show. Or the people you want, some people come, but those people that you were reaching out to in hopes that they would come, they don't show. And not only do they not show, they don't even reply. There's nothing. It's not empty. Totally nothing. Non-existent, like they didn't even get your invitation. And of course, this has happened to me when I was younger. And everybody would be there, but where would I be? Fretting somewhere, telling someone in my family, I'm so upset. I mean, I thought they would come, and they didn't come, and meanwhile, everybody else is downstairs enjoying themselves. That's a piece of fluff, that's a piece of ribbon. enjoying themselves, visiting, having coffee or a glass of wine, and they're all having fun. And I work so hard, and that's what I want, for the function to be fun. Because my grandmother, God bless her soul, has been gone for a while. Her name was Ida May. And she pulled me over and she said, Monica, my dear, you need to learn to love the ones you're with. And forget about those people. You have a room here full of beautiful people that have come to share in what you have created, to share in your family celebration or whatever it is. They've come here, they've actually taken time out from their day to come and are happy to be there, to share in a meal, to break bread with you. And you're sitting over here pouting about someone that didn't even have the decency to reply. Once she told me that, that was it. I never did it again. I ask you to come. If you don't come, you don't come. Oh well, your loss, not mine. And that's how I've looked on it from that day. My grandma said, love the ones you are with. I was inspired to do this page because I was sent some Happy Mail. See this lady? And the lady's name that sent it to me, her YouTube name is Omo Oshun, and I can't remember the number. I'll put it across the page. I just love her. We're like online sisses. We do pen pals back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But she sent me this sketch, and I know she did her. And then she said, give her a name and a story. She said, my husband says she looks like me and had me if I had an afro, because she doesn't have an afro. She has super long, beautiful dreads. But to me, she looks like my grandma. And she said, give me a name. So I'm going to call her Ida May. And she's going to be the center of my art journal page. Because I did not want to just toss this somewhere in a drawer, because it meant so much to me that she sent me this. So that was my inspiration. And then the story just came in my head. I was thinking about, grandma quotes and such. So I'm going to let this dry. I want to show you guys something. I was looking for my embossing powder because I'm going to be using it. And I found this Reflections all glitter turquoise stuff. I hope you guys are in lens. Let me see, because I was sitting down. Yes. And I have no idea what this even is. So let's have a look. See, the cap says it's got some glitter or grit in it. Isn't that pretty? So I want to use that just because it's pretty. And then I must have bought them at the same time. These little glass beads. Are they from the same place? No, this is Reflections, and this is Art Ingredients. And I'll show you what they look like this. Because my favorite color combination is these two. I kind of think on the color wheel they're complementary. If they aren't, they certainly should be. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm just going to cover this all up with gesso. So while I'm doing that, you guys go dig out your purse and pull out all kinds of crap. I didn't use any plastic today. Maybe I will. Let's just add this just to see what it looks like when it's glued down. So I dried it off. I have to tell you, love, 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 love the plastic. When you heat it, it gets all crinkled and it glues down because it melts, right? So I added another piece over here. I love it. It just kind of melts into the paper because it's plastic, see? And it just kind of goes into like a liquid form, and then you let it cool, and then it's just on there, not coming off. I love that. Just discovered that. So I'm going to have to play around with that again another time. So like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and put some gesso on this page. And let's just see how magically we have created a cool background. And it doesn't have to be a lot of gesso because you're gonna, for me, I'm gonna be adding paints and colors on top. So just enough to cover up like those dark leaves. Oh, I didn't want to cover that, did I? I love that. It's so random. If I had to do it all over again, I would. It's probably going to end up getting covered up anyway, but coolio. So my page is nice and dry, so I'm going to go ahead and try that that blue paint. Give it another shake. I've shaken it up quite well because I notice you can still see there's still sediment at the bottom of this thing. So you want to make sure you get all the good stuff. Alright, let's try this stuff. I'll just pour a little on the page. It's a beautiful color. You can already see the sequins in it. Really pretty. I like that. I thought it was going to be darker, but no, it's more of like a turquoisey color. And I can still paint over those words because they're just there, you know, just kind of there. They're not really part of my message, but I just want them there. But it still makes it translucent. You can see it clearly. So I'll add a little bit to the bottom and get that painted up, and then I'll let it dry. Okay, isn't this beautiful? It's so pretty. So I'm back with my Mod Podge again because I want to add around the page a little bit of those orange beads here, or rust colored beads. Yeah, rust. They call them rust too. So just so it'll coordinate a bit with the picture because it's red and orange, mostly red. So I'm just going to dab it on with one of these distorted sponge applicators that I didn't throw away. And then I'll just kind of put a little bit on. Like that. And it won't get all over my hands so badly. So I'm just going to keep doing this in random little spots on the page. Okay, so I added my pretty little beads, and they're all glued down. And then I find if you put Mod Podge down, put the beads on, and then heat them, the Mod Podge kind of bubbles underneath and kind of grabs the beads, and so they stay. Yeah, there, those aren't coming off. Next thing I'm going to try to do, I've got this pastel crayon. You know those ones I like. I love the black one and the burnt sienna, but I got two new colors just for fun, just to play with. So I want to try these out. They're like charcoal, you know, and then they smudge like that. So I want to just see if I could just put a little bit in some random places because the frame is red and yellow and orange. So I'm just trying to see if I could just kind of pick that up a little bit. Here's a yellow one. Not that I always try to match my stuff, but the blue is so way off the mark, you know? And I'm just playing. This is really pretty. I wish they would give the names. 039 pastel 014. There you go. just in case you're interested in these colors. Kind of pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and do some of this on the page. Okay, so there's my little smudgeroonies, and I think it looks pretty because I'm going to eventually add her. And I'm also going to add this frame. I got it at Michael's a long time ago. And I want to put my quote in there. But I want to doctor up the frame a little bit with some gesso and whatevs. And I also have this bird cage. It was cut out of a Cheerios box on Big Shot. I'm opening the bird cage because I do not like bird cages that are closed. I don't want a bird feeling trapped. Don't want you to feel trapped in your bird cage. So I'm just gonna, first I'm gonna emboss it with black. And then I was gonna have a little black bird. I don't know. I might emboss the bird, but I also have a green bird too. So we'll see. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to do my birdie right now. So I just need some Versamark right here. And I will smooshy down my cage. Get it soaked up in Versamark. So I keep my embossing powder like this. So it's so much tidier. I'll just take the spoon and cover it up really, really well. And obviously this side of the cereal box works much better than the other side. So I'll just lay that there and emboss my bird. So I've got my two key pieces glued down on top of that background. So before I add any other elements to the page, I am going to just tie them all in with gesso like I always do. Just take a little bit of gesso and kind of go around my cage here. It just kind of adds continuity. You guys all know this. I'm just blabbing to myself, trying to make excuses for why I do what I do. So right now I am just making sure I'm in frame. I'm just making a banner off this scrap piece of paper for my lady's name because the request was please give her a name. I'm just seeing how long I want it. About there and there. All right. And I don't even care that there's ink on here or anything. It does not matter. So go like that. And then kind of like that. And then close these. And then put a little line like, I hope you guys can see me. Like that. And another one here goes like that. And then I will start in the middle of here. And then I will just go from here and boom. And meet up with that and do that. And do the same thing over here. Boom. Meet up with that. And just wherever this one wants to meet. There. That's a little bit too big, I think. Fitz, be quiet. There, and then just put another boom there. There. So there is my banner. And I will I cut it out or outline it first? I think I'll outline it in black and then I'll write her name Ida May and then I'll cut it out. So I've got my banner right there. Can you see it? I haven't glued it down yet. It's right there. And I've put the words down, and I'm going to go ahead and add the extra elements to my page, and I'm going to stamp her name once I glue it down. So here's my finished page up close, so you can see the quote, love the ones you're with. And what I did here, some of these are the Tim Holtz little words, the bigger ones, but they didn't have the word the and are. So I typed them on the typewriter in 22 font in American Typewriter, and it's exact same size as the ones in that larger, what is it called? It's called Big Chat Grand Discussion by Tim Holtz. So if there's ever any words that you're trying to make a statement, you can't find them, just go on your typewriter in American Typewriter, 22 point, and it's exactly the same size, because you can't tell which ones are the ones that weren't there. Isn't that cool? The, and are were not in the thing. And ones. They had one, but not ones. So, love the ones you were with. From my Nana, Ida Mae Turner. My beautiful gift of the drawing by my friend LaShonda. And I'm going to glue this note to the back of the page here, or I should do it right now where I do my journaling. There. And my grandmother was a wonderful, wonderful human being. We called her Nana, which is why I'm Nana, because I wanted to be named after her. Just loved her. Sweetie and very, very wise. And so there is a birdie coming out of the cage, because we don't want no cage birds, no siree. It's just a wooden bird. And I didn't want to do a black bird because I just didn't. So I took those flowers to kind of coordinate the birdie and our little seeds, and then I just took my pen and did black dots all over my background. And Ida Mae was done already, and then I just tied some twine along these flowers here. I'm just going to leave it. And the date's right here. So there's my page. So just remember what my grandma said. If you ever are planning a really important function that's important to you, or if you're ever doing something with a group of people and one person seems to be au contraire, they don't want to come, or they give you a lot of grief, remember, love the ones you're with. There's a lot of people that do care a lot. Just focus on the people that are there, that are present, that have taken their time to come and share with you, have a dinner with you, laugh with you, have a good time. Don't focus on those other people. Whatever, let them dwell in their negativity or their grumpiness. That's not your issue. Not your circus, not your monkeys. Love the ones you're with. Little advice from my Nana, Ida Mae. So I hope you like my page, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.